Hey, Mike Callan here. I want to make a quick video talking about proper equipment and tracking your time for each job you do and each type of job. So getting down to it, a lot of times when contractors first start out or they're growing so fast that they don't track what's going on, that's when we get ourselves into trouble. So one of the things here is I'm out behind one of the loaders here. It's a box plow. So basically a backhoe is going to have a different production rate versus a truck, versus a skid steer, versus a loader with maybe a 16-foot box or an 18-foot box. So one of the things we want to make sure that if based on the size of the property here, we have the proper size equipment. So this contractor here has, in my opinion, the perfect size equipment and asset allocation for this parking lot and snow removal in upstate New York. So the idea of the video today is take an assessment of the properties that you're maintaining. So whether it's lawn care, snow removal, home cleaning, commercial cleaning, we want to take a look at the size of the property and hopefully standardize our operation. So almost making it cookie cutter, repeatable, and making our assets basically standardized as well for maintenance and training. Very similar to Southwest and their airlines. But the idea today is going in and making sure we have standardized properties that we're servicing. And once we've standardized the properties, we standardize the equipment allocation for that. So our overhead recovery for this snow removal division here, or our maintenance division in lawn care, our home cleaning division, is a standard break-even allocation. So it's a break-even point before we make a profit fully loaded. That'll be standardized across that whole entire division. So we kept predictable overhead recovery, predictable results for equipment that can be standardized, and the training with process and procedure. And once that's all built out, the next important thing is to actually go out and track the time. So the start and stop times that we're seeing, as well as any mobilization, non-billable time track with it. So we want to have our start and stop times, non-billable mobilization associated with it then, and the piece of equipment or type of equipment that we have. So obviously this machine is going to be able to be a little more productive than a pickup truck. But when we get into it, we want to get a little more granular. So is it a cleanup run? Is it 1 to 2 inches, 2 to 4 inches, 4 to 6 inches? What's the productivity on that? Very similar even in the cleaning industry, we're looking at a top to bottom clean. So that's our first initial clean, very similar to a spring or cleanup in the lawn care industry. That's when we get the property in check and get ready for a regular maintenance, mowing or cleaning. So obviously your initial visit is going to have a longer time to get done. So we want to have production rates for the first initial visit, the visit gets it ready, and then a production rate for the ongoing maintenance, whether it's lawn care, snow removal, or home cleaning. And in snow removal, obviously it's in that season right now. The initial plow run is going to have a production rate, and then the cleanup run thereafter, getting everything after these cars and everything move out of the parking lot, that's an additional cleanup run that we want to have at a production rate. So the idea is to standardize your equipment, make sure you're using the right piece of equipment. A, it's not overkill, but B, it's the right size. So we have a production rate that is predictable. We have standard equipment, so we have the same training and maintenance on the equipment. And then we're going to start and stop times on all these pieces of equipment and services that we do, whether it's lawn care or home cleaning, and that's going to get us set up for success. So when we work with other businesses, or even in my businesses, we have a standardized production rate for whether it's setting up customer relationship management softwares like Service Autopilot, or going out and plowing a parking lot with a piece of equipment like this. So this backhoe here with a looks about to be a 12-foot pusher on it is going to have a production rate different than a pickup truck with a V-plow or a pickup truck with a whiteout. So the idea of the video is to go out, standardize your equipment. Once you do, make sure that equipment is appropriate and you're going out after the same exact kind of properties and same setup. This parking lot is very similar to what we were using at Callahan as far as our average lot that we're going after, and then we want to track those times for each thing. So the initial plow run, or the initial cleanup in home cleaning or lawn care, and then the maintenance, clean or mowing thereafter, because they're gonna have different production rates based with that piece of equipment. And if you're in snow removal getting into it this year, obviously you're gonna have a different production rate for each set of increments of snow. So up to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, and then about 12 foot and beyond is gonna be about average based on the equipment that you're using. And then so you're gonna have those production rates per inch increment, as well as a different production rate, which should be significantly faster for the cleanup run thereafter. And then your salting is usually in the plowing industry about the same. It's average because we're going out at the same average drive time, and the conditions aren't slowing us up or making us go faster. So idea is to standardize equipment, standardize your process and procedure, and then standardize your training, because a budgeted time production rate doesn't mean anything if the guys and girls in the field aren't following a process and procedure to be productive. So out in the Northeast, freezing my backside off here, so I'm gonna head back in the car, but I want to make a video about standardizing equipment, standardizing your process and procedure, and then tracking the starts and stop times, whether it's a first time or reoccurring service. You're gonna have different production rates for that. So comments, questions, drop them below.